Hey guys, today we're going to learn to make this really basic baby hat. For this hat I am using worsted weight acrylic yarn. This is Brava from Knit Picks, and I'm also using a 4.25mm crochet hook, which is a size G. Now this hat is worked in half double crochet. You want to start off with a slip knot on your hook and then chain 2. Now you're going to do 10 half double crochets into the second chain. So skip your first chain and just do 10 half double crochets. Alright, you might have a little center if you pulled your stitch out. You can just pull on your tail to tighten that up. Now this hat is worked in continuous rounds. Now what that means is that you're not going to slip stitch to join. You're just going to keep the half double crocheting around. So you will need to put a stitch marker to keep track of where you are. Just place that stitch marker on the very last stitch that you completed. Right now you should have 10 half double crochets. Alright, then all we're going to do is half double crochet twice in every stitch. So we'll go from 10 to 20. So you don't slip stitch, you just keep going. So do 2 half double crochets in each stitch all the way around. So you should have 2 more half double crochets to do to get to 20. And you're going to do them in this very last stitch. So remove your stitch marker. Half double crochet twice, and then place it back on that very last stitch. The reason that we're not joining in the round by slip stitching to start a new round is because it'll create a seam in the baby hat, and since hats are so small, I wanted to create this hat without a seam. So for the next round, you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then 2 half double crochets in the second stitch. So you're going to repeat that all the way around until you get back to your marker. When you get back to your marker, I stopped 1 stitch before my marker, so you'll just keep doing that pattern. You'll do 1 half double crochet in the stitch right before your marker. Remove the marker and do 2 half double crochets in that very last stitch, and then place your marker back on that last stitch. We now have 30 stitches. So for the next round we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 half double crochet in the second stitch, and in the third stitch you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And this is a pattern you're going to repeat all the way around. And then you're going to place your stitch marker back on that very last stitch to just let you know where that round ends. Alright guys, we have 1 more increase row for the newborn and preemie size. So right now we should have 40 stitches if you were to count around, and we're going to just increase to 50. So you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, 1 half double crochet in the second stitch, 1 half double crochet in the third stitch, and then 2 half double crochets together in the fourth stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. And I'm going to stick that back on to make sure that I know where my next round ends. Now I'm going to pull out a measuring tape, and this is about gauge. So every crocheter crochets like differently. So you want, when you measure it, make sure your crochet hook is at the top so you're not measuring that extra little clip right here. You want it to be 10 centimeters for a newborn or a preemie. and that's around 4 inches. Mine measures 10.5 centimeters, so I should be great for moving on from my increase rounds. And now we're going to simply half double crochet every stitch for 50 half double crochets. Alright, we're simply going to repeat this round, and that should curve the hat downward, and then we're going to work the brim. Alright guys, so now we've repeated that 5 times, and now we are going to finish the brim. And so that is 2 more rows. The first thing that you're going to do is slip stitch into that very first stitch, so the next stitch after your marker. Slip stitch into that. Then we're going to chain 1 and half double crochet into that very same stitch that we just slip stitched into. Then we're going to front post double crochet the next stitch. And this is a pattern that we're going to be repeating all the way around. You're going to do 1 half double crochet, and then the next stitch you're going to do 1 front post half double crochet. And this kind of creates like a ribbing raised effect. And the way you half double crochet in the front post stitch is you're going to yarn over on your hook, find the next stitch, and then go around that entire half double crochet stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all the stitches. So just continue this all the way around until you get back to the beginning. Now I'm 1 stitch from the end of this row, so this marker you're going to remove, and it should be a front post stitch, half double crochet, and then you should slip stitch into the top of that first half double crochet, and then chain 1 again. And we're going to do 1 more round. So what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet and then front post stitch again. So you're half doubling crochet regular, all the regular stitches, and you're front post stitching all the front post stitches. So it's basically just a repeat to make the brim a little longer. And just do this all the way back around till you get back to the beginning. And then you're just going to slip stitch into the top. And that is the hat for a preemie or newborn. And the hats look like this. So if you need like a basic brimmed hat for a little baby, this should be perfect. And then all you have to do is weave in your ends and you are done.